Hey guys, so quick video update here on the Pedogate issue because we have this big developing story that I feel is going to be one of the tipping points that gets the mass population, the people that are unaware of this issue, to really start to take it seriously, and that is the missing black girls in Washington, D.C. If you don't know already about this story, essentially what's happened is that a total of over 500 missing juveniles have been reported in the Washington, D.C. area just since the beginning of this year. And it's not that that number is out of proportion to previous years. A lot of people are like, oh my gosh, over 500, right? It's not that that number is massive and staggering and new. It's just the fact that it's being talked about. So the reason this is blowing up is because the Washington, D.C. Police Department actually tweeted those numbers, and they tweeted some of the missing persons cases themselves. And since people saw those tweets and actually saw the information, that started spreading virally. A lot of celebrities began talking about it, like LL Cool J and Olivia Wilde. They began retweeting a lot of this information. And it even blew up to a point where a lot of mainstream media outlets have been forced to report on this issue. So the simple fact that it's being talked about is exposing it. And that's the point I want to hammer home in this video, is that we can't let this issue die or get swept under the rug, or we can't shut up about it no matter how bad the corporate media tries to spin the narrative and, for instance, use that Alex Jones reversal to ridicule and blow off or sweep this issue under the rug. Or no matter what the corporate media, what bullshit they try and pull, we can't let this die and fade into the night. So it's great. It's being talked about. It's being exposed. Fantastic. I want to put up one of the first articles I saw on it was from Fox News. Again, one of those mainstream media outlets that are forced to report on this. And they actually said that it's getting so bad, essentially, that the outrage over this issue, it's actually caused lawmakers in Washington, D.C. to call on the FBI to help find these missing black girls. And this article says, Congressional Black Caucus members are calling on Attorney General Jeff Sessions and the FBI to help search. A letter was actually sent by congressional representatives Cedric Richmond and Eleanor Holmes Norton to Jeff Sessions, and an excerpt from this letter said they are asking the FBI to devote the resources necessary to determine whether these developments are an anomaly or if they are indicative of an underlying trend that must be addressed. If that's not a hint to human trafficking rings, I don't know what is. So that's why I'm saying this might be one of the tipping points, one of the pivotal moments that really gets this issue to blow up in a very serious way, not a ridiculed way. And it's obvious that the corporate media is trying to cover their ass as much as they can over this issue. So there we go. We have legitimate lawmakers calling on the Attorney General Jeff Sessions and the FBI to help. Now, keep in mind, they sent this letter also to FBI Director James Comey. This is a very important point to make, and one way that they've kept such sick shit on a massive scale so secret is that the fox always guards the hen house. And that's where I'm going to put up a picture of this article that I found in the Huffington Post, actually, and I'll link it down below. This article states, a number of police have been arrested for human trafficking. Could they be a part of the missing girls in D.C.? Holy shit. It blew my mind that I saw the Huffington Post actually post this article. And, of course, this article was posted on their contributor program where people can post freely to the site and whatnot. But the fact that they posted this and let it stay up on the Huffington Post blows my mind. And it's essentially saying, it just gives a bunch of examples. It outlines what's going on with the Washington, D.C. girls, and it gives examples of police officers that have been charged with human trafficking and prostitution around the country over the past year. And it's asking the question, well, could some of these, could police officers actually be implicated for the human trafficking thing, which is hugely important because it's how they keep it so secret. They always place the people that can be bribed or blackmailed as the enforcers of the basically they do the shit they're supposed to be enforcing. So this is, for instance, like, look into Laura Silsby. She was one of the main, Clinton Foundation cronies, worked with Clinton and whatnot. part of the Pizzagate emails. I don't know if she was in the emails, but anyway, she was actually placed as the head of the, I believe, Amber Alert services. And she has been implicated. I believe she was arrested and let go in Haiti for trafficking children. I don't know if her trafficking, I believe she was trafficking a bunch of black children. I don't know if her and this are linked in any way, but the fox always guards the hen house. So it's going to be, you have to be very careful about who you ask to investigate this stuff, because you want to make sure that they aren't bribed, blackmailed, or doing the in the nasty stuff themselves, if you understand what I'm saying. So yeah, this issue is blowing up. You can't stop talking about it. We need to keep talking about it. Force these mainstream media outlets to discuss it. And last point I want to make here in this video is we don't want this issue to be used by those, like I said, who are doing the trafficking and pedophile nasty shit and just involved in this deep, dark, deep state cabal. We want to be very careful, because just because they retweet something that has to do with pedophilia or are working to expose this issue doesn't mean they're free. And by that, I mean one of the persons, so actually I saw this, Martin Luther King's daughter retweeted and was talking about these missing DC girls on her Twitter. We actually had the CNN correspondent Jake Tapper retweet Martin Luther King Jr.'s daughter's information. So what I'm saying here is that we have to make sure the pot isn't calling the kettle black. So I don't want any of this corporate media or any of these people who are implicated in the pedophile rings or the human trafficking issue to be let go or to be not thought of for maybe being implicated in it just because they're retweeting this information. So anyway, there's just a few points I wanted to make. We need to keep talking about it. We need to keep exposing it. I think this is going to be an issue that starts exposing Pedogate on a much grander scale. But keep in mind, be very careful about who we ask to investigate and who is acting or trying to save their face, acting like they're trying to expose this issue, but be very much involved with it themselves, i.e. corporate media and any other shills that are, acting like they're so holy. So anyway, hope you enjoyed that update. Go ahead and upload this, and thank you guys for watching. Peace out.